Hey guys, welcome back to J&J MMA. Real quick, we're just gonna cover the main card of UFC Fight Night. Motherfucking Youssef Zalal versus Aljamain Sterling. It was a card. There were some good fights on the card, don't get me wrong, but overall, I think it was they're just okay. It was mid, you know. I'm gonna give our first shout out of the night goes to Jackson McVeigh. He got a TK, well not TKO, he got a submission over Cedric Dumas. Now, it should have been a fucking TKO because as soon as he got him on the ground and started elbowing him, Cedric just fucking gave up, bro. I fucking hate Dumas, but it's always nice to watch him get his ass beat. But he's just in his what was it? He's in this Bob Sapp era, bro, where he's just coming to get his paycheck and he just, as soon as he faces adversity, he gives up. So he ended up getting choked out. Shout out to Jackson McVeigh for getting the win. And we're going to move on to the main card. First fight on the main card, guys, was Marcus Buchecha versus Ryan Spann. Now, I was doubting the boy Ryan Spann, man. Like, I give him a lot of shit because he lost to fucking Anthony Smith. Twice, mind you, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a decent fighter, man. He's moved up to heavyweight where I feel like he'll be doing it definitely a lot better. This fight, man, a lot of it was just him trying to, he kept spamming takedowns. He was doing good on the feet, though, man. And the final fucking bit of the fight, he hit the dude with a 1-2 with a left and then a right. Knocked him the fuck out. Buchecha didn't even see that shit coming, or he didn't even guard that shit properly. He was out. Herb called it. So, I mean, shout out to Ryan. It was a good way to start out the card with a good little knockout in round 2. We'll see where he goes from here in heavyweight, man. I could see him possibly getting in the top 10 to 15. I don't know about above the top 10, but we'll definitely see how it goes in heavyweight. So, shout out to him. Next fight was Montel Jackson versus Barcelos. Now, man, the story of this fight, really, like, if you just sit down and watch it, it's just Barcelos was just doing his damnedest to get Montel either on the ground or up against the fucking fence. And when Montel was landing shots and he was getting the offense off, he was obviously doing better on the feet. But Barcelos just kept going at him, dude, and he had no fucking answer for Barcelos's fucking up against the cage and then also his ground game once he took him down. Like, he had no fucking answer for it. All 3 rounds ended the same. Like, even rounds that Montel was doing decent in, which I believe, like, I think it was round 1 or 2, I was like, oh, he's doing all right. And then as soon as fucking Barcelos got him on the ground again, it was a wrap. All 3 rounds ended with Barcelos just on top of him. So visually speaking, like, I didn't look good. I didn't think he was going to win this. And it was a split decision. So one judge did give Jackson the nod, but I really didn't think he was going to get it just based on the fact that he wasn't able to get anything off, especially when he was on the ground. He was just kind of fucked. So, I mean, shout out to Barcelos. He's officially ranked now. You know, a lot of these undercard dudes, they end up fighting these prospects and end up coming up through the rankings and shit, but they never get an opportunity themselves. So I'm kind of happy for Barcelos. You know, he's ranked 15 now. Kind of sad for Jackson, man, because everyone was hyping him up and homie has no fucking ground game, you know what I mean? But shout out to Barcelos. He got the W, and we'll see where he goes from here. Next fight, guys, was Davey Grant versus Adrian Luna Martini. Let's call him Adrian Luna, right? All right. Now, man, I was counting out Davey Grant in this. Because, you know, Davey Grant's getting older. I believe he's 40 years old now. He's proven that, you know, his chin is breakable, but he always gets into these scraps. And I thought that Adrian Luna, being the younger guy, would be more hungry and just go out there and try to finish Davey Grant. And these dudes were having a good slugfest. They were beating the shit out of each other. But I do agree with the decision. I do feel like Davey Grant was getting the better of him overall, especially in rounds 1 and 2. Especially, I felt like, you know, Martini, if I could say his name, would have little instances where he would try to pick up the pace a bit, but then fucking Grant would just get his ass, dude. And Grant kept tearing up his leg, if I'm not mistaken. And overall, man, you know, people forget me. Like, you know, Davey Grant, definitely kind of a gatekeeper in the division, but he's definitely a litmus test to see, like, you know, if you're ready to go up to the next level. And Adrian obviously is not ready yet. So shout out to Davey Grant, man, for showing he still has it. And we're going to move on to the next fight. Next fight on the card, guys, was Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez. Now, Rafa Garcia ended up getting the decision. I feel like he definitely won this fight. He was getting the better of Alex on the feet, and then when Alex would attempt to make a comeback, Rafa would just start whipping out takedowns, or even just fading the takedown attempts to throw Alexander off his game. And especially round 3, like, that's the thing that really fucked up for Alexander Hernandez was that he definitely lost rounds 1 and 2. And he needed to get a finish for round 3. And then round 3, man, fucking Rafa just held him to the fucking ground. It very much is kind of a similar story to what happened with the Montel Jackson fight. Like, basically, as soon as Rafa just started implementing that ground game, especially at the end, dude, like, Alex was tired. There really was nothing he could do. And Rafa kind of just got his way with him, dude. Like, I think Alexander Hernandez just on another 4-fight win streak. And that's the thing about him, man. He's been in the UFC for a while. He goes on these little streaks, either wins or losses. And he's kind of just, he's always in this fold. I'll give him to him, you know. But this was Rafa's night. He definitely came out the victor. And I guess we'll just see where they go from here, man. All right, guys, moving on to the co-main. It was Norma Dumont versus Joselyne Edwards. Now, I was counting out Joselyne Edwards, guys. I just haven't really liked her fights or her fighting style. It always goes to decisions. Granted, that's like the majority of fucking women's MMA. But, you know, her taking a big step up and fighting Norma Dumont, I thought Dumont would have more for her. And round one, like, Dumont did what everyone thought she was going to. She had her on the ground. She was trying to go for submissions and things. She definitely was trying to get the better of her at first, but then come round fucking 2 and 3, like, Norma just wasn't able to get her on the ground, and Joselyne Edwards was piecing her the fuck up on the feet. Like, I think she, like, doubled the strike output of Norma throughout that fight. And especially round 3, dude. Round 3, she was pinning Norma up against the fucking cage, and she was initiating grappling. And I guess Dumont was just fucking tired or just didn't have an answer. I don't know, man, but, like, Joselyne came in and I guess shocked the fucking world on this one, because now she's fucking ranked number 3 at 135 for the women, which is crazy to me. So we might get a fucking Joselyne Edwards fighting for the fucking title here sooner than later. But I feel like Dumont underestimated her. I feel like a lot of people underestimated her, but especially Dumont, like, because as soon as Dumont couldn't get her fucking ground game off, there was nothing she could fucking do. She essentially was a deer in the goddamn headlights. So shout out to fucking Joselyne Edwards for shocking the world, man. I'm kind of scared, though, because, I mean, we need some finishers, bro. We need something going on in this fucking UFC division. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Joselyne Edwards is now ranked number 3 in the world, so shout out to her. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the main event of the evening. It was Youssef Zalal versus Aljamain Sterling. Now, bro, Youssef was out here talking all this shit, being like, I'm going to be the first to sub Aljamain and all this, that, and the other. And, he did get off in this whole fucking fight of 25 minutes. I believe he got off 2 decent submission attempts where Aljo had to stop what he was doing and kind of be like, oh shit, and then kind of like reposition and stuff. But bro, Aljo is the human fucking backpack, bro, and he just kept getting Zalal to the ground, even on the feet, dude. Fucking Aljo was piecing him up and shit. Like, people forget, man, like, Aljamain Sterling's a good fighter. He really is. A lot of people, you know, because of his championship reign and shit, people be shitting on him, but he is a goat at fucking bantamweight. And at featherweight, you know, he's been win or lose type shit, but he puts on amazing fights. And I know this isn't a lot of people's cup of tea in terms of fighting, but dude, this was just straight one-sided domination. Like, it's not something that I would want to watch every fucking weekend, I'll tell you that. But I can appreciate the fact that he basically neutralized fucking Youssef for about, let's say, like 23 of 25 minutes. Like, literally, those extra 2 rounds were supposed to be for Youssef to try to make a comeback, and Aljo just kept doing what Aljo fucking does. Like, you know, he and Marab be training this shit day in and day out. They are both champions, or well, a former champion, and it's just been crazy, dude. Watch it, they're both former champions now. But, you know, like, these dudes know what they're doing. It's not I don't know. It's something that you really got to train for. And I feel like a lot of these people, like Youssef's, like, yeah, I have a great ground game. I have great fucking submissions. I have this, that, and the third, but it's not enough. You know what I mean? So, you know, Aljamain really did prove there is levels to this. There's levels to this game. And, you know, shout out to Youssef. We'll see where he ends up going from here. But shout out to Aljamain, man. Like, I don't know if he'll eventually get a title shot at 145. 145 is a pretty stacked division. In terms of like the top 5. So, I mean, we'll kind of see how it goes. But shout out to Aljo. It was overall a good main event, man. Like, if you just wanted to see someone get fucking dominated for 25 minutes, this was the fight to watch. Overall, I'd rate this fight night kind of, you know, on the mid tier of fight nights. But overall, it was a decent card. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.